Hello, fans of Moo with the View. My name is Moo. Today, I am joined by the one and only Kenron Morgan.
Woo! No last name.
Just kidding. It's just Kenron. Hello, Kenron. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you for being here. I'm very excited to chit chat with you. I hope you're excited too. Alright, cool. So let's just dive right on in. I guess when did you want to be an artist? When was that aha moment for you?
Probably when I came right out the womb.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, I came out not really expressing myself, so a lot of art has been used to find healing, find my own voice, build stories, or make people understand what's going on in my mind.
Okay.
When I decided to take it more seriously is in my 20s, when I wanted to make a little more in my name, build more value. So more recently, this is where it's starting to kick off, and things I'm actually seeing success.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
So were you that kid that was always with the crayons and the markers?
Yeah. I was that kid at the restaurants who always needed the crayons. And if I didn't have crayons, I would rip up the paper and try to make something out of it. I was literally at a restaurant today and I made an origami star from the chopstick paper. So I mean, I'm always creatively thinking, I don't know.
Yeah. Personally, I liked playing with the jelly packets. I liked stacking them and building buildings.
Oh, I've never done that.
Yeah. Well, you should.
Yeah.
You have to do it now.
It's never too late.
Yeah, it's never too late. So, I guess, was your first love painting or drawing then?
That's a good question. I think my love started with sketching, actually.
Interesting.
I have so many sketchbooks from when I was younger, even now. I even look at them to just kind of see my progress, and it's so funny because I can still remember every drawing that I made. I can remember where I started, where I finished, and I guess that was also a way of keeping a journal of just me expressing how I am in a place where no one else can see it if I close the book.
Yeah.
Whereas these paintings, these are being presented in a way that's needs to be viewed, but it needs to be okay. That I can make a mess in my books. So I fell in love with sketching, and then painting was so hard. I remember, what did I paint when I was younger? Didn't even paint a lot. I didn't even paint a lot. I started painting.
No finger painting or any of that?
No, I didn't like getting my fingers messy.
Whoa.
I know. It was there was a certain thing I liked doing. With the charcoal, I can do that because I wipe off. But with the paints, there was something that always threw me off with it. Now it's I'm building this mess. I guess I'm saying I'm feeling what I'm doing instead of putting it on something where it's the pencil is the guide, whereas if it's on my fingers now, I'm the guide to my own story.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So I've been, I guess, not in a creepy way, but following you for a bit now, and I've seen you kind of all over the place in a good way. You have this opportunity, that opportunity, you're doing this and that and this. Could you kind of share some of the things you've done in the past year or so?
Oh gosh. So the first thing I've done was with Julio de Burgos. It was a Door to My Barrio. I think that was the very first opportunity I've took in the public, and that was to make a wooden door.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I did Uruguay, and it was really cool because that was also again, why am I painting? So I literally, this is my starts of trying to paint, but now I'm painting on a door.
Yeah.
And then it's okay, so if I can paint on a door, maybe I can paint on canvas. From there, I looked into another opportunity where they were doing a storefront at
Mailstorm.
Oh, Mails? Okay, Maelstrom. They've been popping up all over my ear lately. Anyway,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. But I did a window front for them, and that's where I have that really big painting of Kimmy Mystic. and she's the fortune teller. She's huge.
Yeah.
She's literally on the side in the art studio because I can't even put her up. I got the opportunity with you.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was pretty cool, I guess. That was honestly probably one of the most funnest. How do I say the funnest? Is that a word? Fun?
Yeah, the funnest, incredible.
Thing. Yeah, all those words.
Growth inducing, life changing.
Yeah.
One of the once in a lifetime. Yeah, I hear you.
I'll say that. Yeah, because it was just like, now that I can paint on canvas, okay, now I have a challenge to do something that's different, but also building around my own style.
Mm-hmm.
Now here's a chance for me to finally discover what I want to do and build who I want to be in the world and show a little bit of my queerness at the same time. So this was like my first opportunity, like, oh shit, here I go. So I did The Woman in the Rocks, and it was like my first time using any of those materials except for the paint. And it turned out pretty damn good.
It does. Yeah, it did.
From there, oh gosh, there was something recently I've done at Future Ink Graphics with Hector. I was invited by him, and that's where these two paintings are actually displayed. And I had, I think, 3 more as well there. That was really cool. It was based on the power of Latino art. So it was just a whole bunch of people, still like diversity in the Latino community, but also showing like we're still here and we're still strong and we can still prove we have something, I guess, to prove.
Yeah.
Still, like, we're still validated in the community, and I wanted to show something that I guess I never get to show any of my Latin side, my Latino side. And this was just the opportunity to finally like just take it back to like how me and my sister used to have like these little rivalries and these little luchadors I saw when I was younger. So it's just that with the little Honduran flags, just playing off of our culture. But yeah, it's just, I wanted to just make an impact in the community.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I'm just trying to do now.
So when you get these opportunities, are you seeking them out, or are they kind of coming to you?
I'm seeking them out. I definitely have a partner who's helping me with that, because it's so hard to find opportunities alone.
Yeah.
But it's an amazing thing to have somebody next to you who can keep you calm as well as make sure you know what you're doing, keep you in check. Anyway, it's really nice to have somebody in your corner while you're trying to build yourself. And me personally, as an artist, I forget that support is there. So when I'm finding these opportunities, yes, it's me, but I can't forget about the people who helped me. So now it's been a little steady, but I'm getting more people coming to me. So it's nice to have people actually hearing my name, knowing who I am, and they're saying, hey, can you make me something?
Yeah.
So I think that's pretty cool. I think that's really cool.
Because you have a very clear style and a very clear aesthetic. So I guess how does that play into everything? Was that something that developed like recently, or is that you've always kind of had these like elongated necks and like over dramatic like facial eyebrow things?
Yeah. I've always liked, what's that word that I'm trying to think of? I don't know if you said it, but it's like that, it's not perspective. It's that when things are elongated or when something's like dramatically made, I've always fell in love with those kind of imageries, or like those models where you like see just a really long leg, but then their body's like really
like the foreshortening and all that.
Yeah, like I love like how perspective play works, and when I do these sorts of elongations or certain things, that's where there's a certain sense of a message. Like that's where I'm trying to build a story around that. So with the long necks, I'm trying to, because when I first did it, they're always decapitated. Like not even like decapitated like blood. It was just like ripped up, open, and then there's like something in there to tell like what's going on in there. Like what's holding their throat, what's holding on to what they're trying to say. And I feel like that's strange that I literally disconnected them and added different things inside. Now it's connected.
Yeah.
And now it's like I'm able to speak more, I'm able to enunciate what I want to do, and is it because they're connected, or is it because I finally figured out how to express myself through my art and actually figure out how to, I don't know, thrive?
You found your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with the long necks, I want to just express this sense of like finding your higher self in your own way. So I'm not saying there was a lot of bullying, but I just really don't like when people aren't themselves. So it's like when I make these characters, I want people to see something that is a little imprint of them, or something that's like, you think that's weird, but you also think it's cool because that person's doing it, so why can't you do it too? Like my brand is Art School Reject Club. Like these are rejected characters in their society, but it's not, they don't feel that way. They don't feel rejected. That's what people are telling they are. So that's why it's the Reject Club. We're just a whole bunch of misfits just trying to like thrive in our own community. And that's why I was talking about I wanted to build like a house, like an actual like ballroom scene or something where it's like people of these kind of statures can just come and express themselves fully without judgment or feeling like something bad is going to happen if they're doing it.
Yeah, so talking about Art School Reject, I guess to take a quick little step back, like where did that start? Where did that come from?
It came from a lot of not wanting to go to school to do art and wait to go to art and wait for a degree to tell me that I need to, now you're good enough to make money. So
that you still don't make money after art school.
Yeah. So it's like, so damned if I do, damned if I don't. So why not try and do it on my goddamn own?
Yeah.
So the brand, it also came from me in high school, or just me in general. I never really done the art classes or like those superlatives where you could join those classes because I was scared to get my vision corrupted by somebody else's judgment. I mean, yes, it might be an assignment, but it's the way that I'm trying to express myself, and literally those small critiques about like, oh, why is the neck so long? It's supposed to be realistic. That would eat me up because there's something that I can't explain, or I would have not been able to explain, where I'm able to explain it now because I'm doing my own thing. And it's like, the only judgment I have is not myself. And that's the biggest person who's going to judge me at the end of the day, so I don't need other people critiquing me and trying to build their own style around my style because I'm still trying to discover myself.
Yeah. So you're kind of trying to navigate with almost like a purity, you know, like nothing from the outside is chipping away at your own thoughts or ideas.
Exactly.
So with this Art School Reject Club, you talked about you want to have kind of like a ballroom house type of vibe and all of that. Like, what does that look like? Is it, because obviously visual arts and ballroom is a little bit different. So like, what's that, I guess, connection for you?
For me, the connection, I don't know.
Ooh, I keep
You
stumping
keep stumping me. You give me all with the good questions.
Yeah.
It's like,
I guess let me rephrase my question then. Is there something about, like, because you talk about this like idea of rejects and misfits, and I've heard throughout this conversation already like other mentions of kind of community and things like that. So I'm wondering if the connection to ballroom, like, are you envisioning kind of like that level of community where people are really like looking out for one another and helping one another?
Yes, yeah. I want to build a sense of unity, and I don't know, I feel like back in the day, like when you look at TV, when you look at those old shows, even like Pose, like there was like something about that community, or something like we're old school teamwork.
Yeah,
I guess is the best way to say it.
Like, so what do you think changed? Sorry, I'm like,
it's fine.
We're about to get deep.
I think what's changed is just like people are just now agreeing with what people are doing, if that makes sense. There's, I guess, there is a fight, but there's so many different fights that, I don't know, we're all too busy in our head now. We're not worried about how other people are feeling anymore. And with this art, this community, there's like something where it's like everybody's aware and everybody's being seen. And that's what I want, I guess, more of for people of this, just I guess our community, the LGBT, everybody, to just be seen more in a light that is like more fun and not more like commercialized.
Yeah.
Like, cause this is real. Like, this is what queer people do. Like, we're not like always like,
We just look like that.
every day. Like, we're just
wake up like this, whatever.
But I'm just saying, like, I guess we got so demonetized to the fact that there are queer people in the community, but we also do appreciate being seen and building that team, because even in the queer community itself, we're still away from each other.
Oh yeah.
So it's like with ball, there's literally, it's just
Put it out there.
put it out there.
Yeah. It's interesting you say, like, this desire to have queer people be seen, because that's obviously, as a queer person myself, I want that too.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of times that queer artists especially are kind of put into bubbles and put into boxes where they have to make specific types of work to be a successful queer artist.
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of curious if that's something you've come across in your own, journey or thought about or anything like that.
I honestly no. Or at least not yet.
Yeah.
I haven't had much opportunity to. Well, I'm not gonna say that, because I did recently get an opportunity at Fieldhouse, and that is a LGBT center. So my art
casually through that.
So my art's there. That's what I was like. So my art's there, and there's literally a piece called Black Sheep, and it's literally me, I guess, saying my message of the community. What was the question?
I kind of forget, but keep going when the role you're going on. Tell us more about this Black Sheep.
So Black Sheep was just a piece. So what I guess the way to explain it, these people are not from our world, obviously.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen people with mouths on their forehead.
Yeah. Sometimes.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. They're out of this world.
Yeah, but it's more so not out of this world. They're from a place, and it's like more so I'm trying to play off of these portal shifts, so you can like get put into these people's world. So that's why I'm trying to say with Art School Reject Club, or like these rejected members, they're members from different places of everywhere, and that's what I'm not trying to like build one thing. I'm trying to build a whole bunch of different people in diversity, just all coming together and being like, oh, I was rejected from my place. Oh yeah, me too. So they're like all coming together, looking cool as shit.
Yeah.
And with Black Sheep, she was from a African tribe. What was her story? She was from an old African ancient tribe, but her hair, besides her having like the clay, it was 2 clay braids, but then like mohawk. And then she had the neck jewelry, but hers was more metallic-y and more grungy. And then her draped piece, her daishiki, it wasn't like traditional, because it usually has like a little piece here, but hers was kind of draped to the side with a little of the daishiki floating up to just prolong her shoulder. Something just very like, why are you doing that to your clothes when we're all doing this to our clothes? So it's like she wanted to feel different, and she felt happy in what she was wearing. Rejected. Yeah. So that's who that is. That's who Black Sheep is, and that's who's being represented right now at Fieldhouse. And she kind of looks like a drag queen, so I think I'm with it.
So all of your paintings kind of have these like stories and characterizations. I guess that was a statement, and now I'm going to ask you a question based on that. Do you see yourself as like almost like a novelist, like you're creating all these, or like a producer of a TV show or something like that?
That's a good question.
Thanks. That's like the fifth one.
Start putting them on the wall. Yeah. No, sometimes I do, because in all honesty, I guess the best way to say it is to say it here, because if I don't tell it, no one will ever know. What I'm trying to do with my art, or at least I want to do, is build a sense of a story. So if someone ends up catching it at a young stage, they can see these people and then eventually move on and like, oh, that looks like their sibling. That looks like somebody else. And then the portal shift is where we're trying to tell that story of like where we're going.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to do this little conspiracy thing later on in life. Who knows later on in life, it's probably going to be this year. But I want to do something where it's like paintings with the lines, but it's like the lines give you directions to a certain museum party. And it's like it's like very exclusive things. Like I want to have like I want to have a masquerade party, like those like culty looking masquerade parties.
With like clues in your paintings on how to get there. That's wild as. I was about to cuss. I'm gonna do that anyways because that's wild as fuck.
Yeah, I think that'd be so dope. Yeah, because it's like, and then from there you're actually now thrown like. There's more to that because I want to do it in like a warehouse, and like the door is literally making portal, or like you're literally walking into this rejected world, and now you're seeing characters that I want to hire just like drag queens of the community in these like different tones of color, and they are the characters now, and like now you're like walking through an experience.
Yeah,
that you finally had the opportunity to figure out, and now you're like, you finally like, how do I say this? Like, thank you for like, it's like
it all away.
No, I don't know. It's just, I'm giving it away because it's like it's more so like, thank you for finally like hearing us.
Yeah.
And now welcome to the celebration, and now like you're hearing where we're all coming from. Like you're finally like seeing the story, and now you get to reap what you like. I don't know. It's just, I think it's cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go do it right now.
All right. Time out. Busy.
Can't be seen again.
So do you think you have... Okay, I have two questions. And I'm going to ask them both, and then... Yeah. Question number one, do you have a favorite character? And then question number two is, do you have... Like, which character do you think is the most fully realized?
I do have a character, but they're not a painting. It's... I know, shocker, right? It's actually my digital drag queen. She has two names, but it's what I'm trying to do with this one is that she can portal shift herself. So she can jump from world to world and basically blend in. So I have Kimmy Matrix, and then I have Kimmy Doll. Right now, I'm really developing and loving Kimmy Doll. I'm even in a paper drag competition.
Top 5!
Top
five. By the time y'all are watching this, it's the winner.
But it's with her, I just like, she's really figured out, because she is basically the idea of all the kind of character ideas, but she's more, her eyelashes go out straight, her eyebrows will squiggle out with a little point flick instead. A lot of my characters only have the one eyelash on top. She has 3 on top and 3 on the bottom. What else? Oh, and she has like a certain style in her eye type that no matter where she goes, you know who she is distinctively by her makeup.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have her figured out. I have all of her clothes figured out. She's my little brat doll that I never got. I love her.
So she's both your favorite and most realized. And
yeah.
Oh, so what's like the future for Kimmy Doll or Kimmy Matrix?
The future for Kimmy Matrix is she might step out of the paper world and step into the real world. That might
Is this
happen.
really happening?
Yeah, that
Let's
might
do it right
happen.
now.
That's a BRB. Come back down. I'm gonna outfit. No,
Oh, that would have been actually really cool.
That would be cool. Next season.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
Yeah, because we could do like a little jump.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
that'd be-
TikTok vibe.
Yeah, that'd be cute. But that I really want to step into the drag scene because I was a drama kid. I'll admit it. I was a drama kid. So I had to do what I did. I expressed myself freely on stage, and I felt happy when I did it.
Mm.
Why not do it as a certain character where I don't even know who I am? That
Yeah.
sounds fun.
And it's queer as fuck.
Exactly. It's like now, and I can finally be my character, like in
Yeah.
a way that, like, yes, I can be the man, but this is me right now.
Mhm.
Like, this is how I feel anyway. But if I can feel like her, yeah, why not?
Yeah.
But I would love to step into the drag world as another form of art because that's it. I don't know. There's so much cool stuff in the drag world.
Yeah. Well, if you need a few makeup tips.
Yeah, I know where I go.
Yeah, you got me. So what's kind of if you were to kind of like look at your entire art practice in like one entity, what's your like main objective with it?
My main
That's
objective.
stumping.
Yeah, you got me a lot of stumping questions. You said I don't have any questions.
Yeah.
You said what? I think the main objective, honestly, is for me to find my peace at the end of the day. Because it's like, as much as I can do this to build a name for myself, I'm doing this for me, and I can't forget that. Like I can't throw myself out of the picture
Yeah.
when I'm the one literally trying to build a whole new style of what I'm not saying no one's seen it, but I don't know anybody who hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
So I'm really trying to heal myself, and that's the objective.
So then what do you define as success?
Not money. It's definitely not money.
Yeah, screw that shit.
Yeah, it's money. It's not even that. Success, I find a sense of like happiness and security and comfortability. That's what success is. It's knowing that what you're doing is appreciated, and what you're not doing feels like it's okay to not do it. Because you're already seen, so it's okay to like take those breaks. I want to be able to get to that point where I can peacefully take a break without like having, I guess, to worry about those money problems.
Yeah.
Because success gets corrupted with all that money stuff, but I need to focus on what I'm trying to do, and I want to heal myself and build myself successfully. I think I answered that question. What was it called when the people kind of circle around the question? Did I circle around?
I think
the
it's
question?
called circling around the question. Yeah.
Did I do that?
I don't think so. I think you answered it. The way I heard you answer was that success isn't something that's tangible. It's something that's like inner, like with yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you think you're on that road?
I want to get back on the road. Like, I want to get back on my road to success.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of like jumping off of that road. I don't know if it's called seasonal depression or laziness or whatever it is. It's just I need to get back and get motivated.
Mm.
And I think that's where my success is hiding.
So, kind of like circling back to the very beginning with your sketchbooks and all that and the
Mhm.
journals, do you see those still playing like a key role in your inspiration?
Yeah, sometimes I go back into my really old sketchbooks if I have artist block, that just to remember who I was, just to remember, like, I guess what I was capable of, because there's some times where it's like I get so like, what is it called? Like, I'm not good enough.
I have a quote.
Yeah.
It's one that I wrote when I was 16 and angsty. I said that I made art to remember myself. Wait, no, that wasn't it. Oh yes, it was. I make art to remember myself when I lose myself to find myself, or something like that. I definitely just butchered my own quote. Oh man. Okay, ignore me. What were you saying? We'll just cut that part out.
Dad's gotta stay.
I'll find the quote. I'll put it on the screen or something.
Oh, is that little?
yeah. We can do that.
Let's do that. Go ahead, do it. Yeah.
That's amazing.
What was the question?
Well, you're being very insightful and wise and really sharing a lot about your sketchbooks, and then I completely derailed and
No, it's okay.
distracted from that.
And you pulled up a quote about, so the sketchbooks I use for inspiration, and what I do with these books, I try to remember who I was, because that was a Kenron who wasn't making something for the masses. That was Kenron trying to make things to make himself feel better. So it's like, when I go into those books, I'm like, damn, this was kind of good for 2013.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm like watching myself build progress. I'm like, okay, let me see what else I did. Let me see what I made when I was younger, like even younger, even older. Let me see what I made yesterday. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad.
Do you share these with anybody, or are they just private?
I used to share them when I was younger with my dad a lot, and that was pretty much it. Like I shared them. Like I never like publicly said, "Look at my sketchbook." It was just more so like, "Is this your sketchbook?" Like, yeah, and then people were like, "Oh my gosh."
Yeah.
It was just one of those. I wouldn't say I was trying to keep myself humbled. More so, I was like kind of afraid to see you guys see this side of me, because it's like, this is like, I'm literally like making dark circles and stuff. Like this is like my gory era.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this is good. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, okay. So it's like I never showed anybody, but then when I started, I guess, getting more validation from people I cared about the most, I started showing more. But I didn't show everything. I only showed them the really good stuff.
Yeah. You gotta keep the bad ones away.
Yeah. But there's like plenty of sketchbooks on one scene. There's sketchbooks now that I've recently made of art of these kind of like sketches that's nobody's seen. Probably even more figured out than some of these paintings, if I'm honest, because I am, I guess, better at sketching than I am painting, because this is still new. So it's like I'm still trying to figure out this medium, but with paper, it's like now I'm like, okay, if I can touch paint, I can touch paper. So now I'm like, I'm really getting into paper now. So it's personal now. It's just it's literally a journal. Sometimes I even write in it. It's like now I'm speaking to myself, and it's weird because it's like, oh, I'm like looking at my like drawing words, like drawing. So I guess I'm finding healing. I guess I'm just gonna keep collecting more books, and I'm never gonna let them go. I don't know.
No, I think that's good. It's like it's kind of what you were talking about earlier with like your disinterest in getting education or whatever, because it has the potential to be influenced by others. It's like these sketchbooks are kind of like almost like these crystals and like hidden gems that like they're not even being seen by people. It's all you and you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it like that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you. That's
My
interesting.
pleasure.
And it's like, it's not like it's like I don't want to not show anybody. It's like now I'm older. It's like who, like, am I just gonna invite people over to have like a sketchbook? Look at my sketchbook.
My work from 10 years ago.
Yeah. Like, it doesn't. For me, it doesn't feel valid to show out anymore.
Yeah, honestly, that sounds like a really fun time now. We should all get together and show our like art from 10 years ago.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm down.
All right, let's do it.
Is this another pause? We just
Yeah.
go get more stuff. Like I'm in drag. I got all my sketchbooks, And there was a black and white moment. with
Yeah. And you said this wasn't going to be dramatic. So, I guess kind of like, I don't know, I want to like talk about your future, like, and what your immediate next steps are, what your 5-year plan is, and things like that, if you've got.
Oh no, I'm more of a go with the flow kind of person. That sounds very adult, and I should probably do that. So, but when I say go with the flow, it's just more so. If I look into the future, I'm going to build something where I stress myself out, and if I don't make it to that point at a certain time, I'm either going to A, stress myself out until I get to that point, and it's half-assed, or I'm going to B, not do it, stress out, and freak out, and then there's another thing coming up.
Yeah.
And it's like now I'm 2 steps behind. So I'm trying to build a plan in my head, but sometimes that plan always doesn't go out as planned. So I'm just going with the flow right now.
So what is the flow right now?
The flow is steady. It's just, right now I'm just like, just seeing what opportunities I have. I really want to just turn my art back into me, besides pushing it out more, because I feel like when I produce, it becomes that commercial.
It becomes a production.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not ready for that, or my mindset isn't ready to take on that much success, I guess. But then on the other side of the coin, I want to.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know what to do. So it's like, do I want to go with the flow, or do I want a 5-year plan, or do I actually need something in the middle, which probably doesn't. It probably doesn't.
A 3-year plan.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for real. A 3-year plan with some gaps in it or something.
Yeah.
But I want to not worry about my future, but I worry so much about my future that it corrupts so many things in my mind on what I actually need to focus on. So it's always just a lot of mumble jumble, and then I go with the flow because it's the easiest thing to do. Maybe I'm comfortable right now, and maybe I need to push the envelope, you know?
Yeah.
It could be that time.
Ooh.
Could be that year.
Ooh.
You know?
It's 2023.
Yeah.
It's a new year.
Yeah.
New year, new Kenron.
Cool. Could be. It could be. It really could be. I don't know, but I hope so. I hope something changes, goddammit.
Yeah. And changes for the better.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Always for the best.
I'll just say thank you so much, Kenron, for being here, talking about your work and your artistic practice in your life and all of that. We are excited for Kimmy Matrix and for Kenron 2023. So,
Oh gosh, Kenron 2.0.
Kenron 2.023.
2.023. Kenron point two.
2.023. Yeah.
It's been a lovely time.
That Kenron will figure out numbers. Yes, of course.
Yeah, and we'll see. Maybe season 2 he would be a robot, or Kimmy Matrix.
We'll
Kimmy
see.
Matrix might be sitting here.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Yay.
This way.
Thank you.